How you guys doing? So they were talking about collaboration features in Premiere. We're going to be talking about collaboration and something that I know everyone in this room is extremely passionate about. Quick show of hands, how many of you guys go to sleep at night thinking about shared storage? I don't know why you do that. The reality is, at Lumaforge, we are a company that has a bit of a misconception. A lot of people think that we make shared storage. We are not a shared storage company. We are a workflow company that happens to make shared storage. And the bottom line is that the reason we do this is because, first and foremost, we are storytellers who believe that better tools help us tell better stories. Now, right now, there's a bit of a magic trick being performed. There were 3 closed laptops and a iMac sitting down there. More on that in a second. But the bottom line is we had been integrating shared storage solutions, and we could not find the one that worked the way that we wanted to work. Specifically, you guys may know my background is as a Final Cut 10 editor, and I needed something that was optimized to work with Final Cut 10 that had no compromises, that allowed me to work the way that I wanted to work because I needed the tool to do this and collaborate. So we built the ShareStation, and it just so happens that it happens to work with all of these other applications as well. And more on that in a second. But the fact of the matter is, we believe that technology should serve the storyteller and should not get in the way of the creative process. You should not have to go run and get your IT person to connect to your server. You should not have to go into a server room to do really anything. You should be able to work with your storage right in front of you, connect with it the way you might a local hard drive, get down to work and start editing and do what you need to do. We are creative editors. In every other industry, technology is getting out of the way, and it needs to start happening in the post-production industry, and we feel that the ShareStation is going to allow people to do exactly that, and it is allowing people to do exactly that on 4 continents now. And so, thank you. The truth is, we believe that simplified collaboration strengthens creativity and saves time, money, and energy. How many of you guys are getting way too much footage from production these days? Okay, how many of you guys are being asked to go, just a few years ago we were doing SD, now we're doing 4K, VR, 8K is coming. This is not built for a gigabit Ethernet connection. This is not built for FireWire 800. The world is quickly changing, and the storage and the infrastructure that you build around, if you pick the right infrastructure, will allow you to progress and evolve with these changes. We built the ShareStation because we needed stuff that was going to do 4K Red Raw workflow. I just finished a Red Pilot in 6K, and I was able to do it with the ShareStation, and basically people around the world are able to do this as well. And the fact is, there are many ways to get from point A to point B, and whether you're using Final Cut 10, Premiere, Resolve, Avid, Nuke, Mac, Windows, Linux, the fact of the matter is, these different applications are different, and they all have their own idiosyncrasies. We do not believe that support stops with the hardware. We believe that support should start with the workflow and talk to you about what you're trying to do. We do not throw other manufacturers and applications under the bus. In fact, we test everything in our lab so that if you have a question, we can help you get from point A to point B. We believe that you want to get work done, we want to get work done. Frankly, we want to know what you're going through so we can avoid it on our own projects. And so what we're trying to create is a network of people who are passionate about post-production. And the fact is, when it all boils down to, I can talk to you about how we introduced this product with 84 streams of 4K, and I can talk to you about all of these specs and all of these things. But the fact of the matter is we believe that content creators want to work at the speed of their thoughts. They want to get back to what they used to be able to do with the Steenbeck, which is take one piece of film and connect it to another piece of film with a splicer. And all you had to think about was not what codec resolution and all of these other things you were using. All you had to do was put these things together, splice it, and project it. We believe the digital world should be the same way. And so we have built 3 products because we believe that storage should work the way that you work, and that's how we work in the real world. And the first of these products is the Jellyfish. It is the perfect solution for the small work group. It is also has the biggest innovation in shared storage in the last 20 years. It has a handle, and you can bring it with you. You can put it on a desk, and you can connect right up to it, get to work. It's quieter than most of your other peripherals. It lives in the room with you, and it is perfect for the small work group. We also have just introduced 64 and 80 terabyte sizes. So basically, you can get up about 1,000 megabytes per second on the latest Mac Pro coming through a 10 gig adapter. You can do 4K, 6K VR right out of this little box. It's optimized for media and entertainment. And if 80 terabytes isn't enough for you, we built the Indy, which takes the high-end server out of the server room. It's just as quiet as the Jellyfish. It fits right onto your desk. Direct attached up to 26 10 gig editors. It's expandable with expansion chassis up to 600 terabytes. But if that's still not enough, you can do multiple petabytes with the Studio for facilities that work at the speed of your thought. It is expandable to multiple petabytes, designed around your workflow. And while I've been talking about this, we have connected up multiple Macs right to the Jellyfish down here. They are now running in a shared environment, Premiere, Avid, Final Cut, and Resolve in multicam projects. You can do this in less than 10 minutes because we just did this in less than 10 minutes. And here to talk a little bit about how the ShareStation is changing modern workflow in Europe is our head of European distribution, Ronny Courtens.
Hello, SuperMeet. Woo. So nice to see you. Actually, I've been working for broadcasting for about 39 years, and I was a post-production manager for 2 big post houses for many years. And every time they came to tell us, "Oh, we're going to have to change or share storage," I was horrified. I thought, another 2 months' work lost. We won't be able to do anything. And when I stopped with the post houses, I met Sam, and actually I had some friends of mine from Swiss television calling, and they said, "We're on a big Exxon, and we need to have new storage. Can you find someone?" So I said, "I know someone. I've never worked with him, but I think he has a solution for you." So last year we were here at IBC. We met the engineers, and in a couple of months the deal was done. In December we were going to install. I had never worked with Sam nor with Lumaforge, so I had scheduled 5 days of install and then testing. And then these crazy guys from Los Angeles came in, and the engineers were like afraid, they're going to start working. And at the end of the day, the system was running. This was a 160 terabytes enterprise solution over fiber cable, connecting different floors of the Swiss television. Their post-production runs 100% Final Cut Pro 10, and we got it set up in, let's say, a day and a half, then 2 days of extreme hard testing. And it was approved. And that was the first time I worked with Lumaforge. And then we agreed that I said, I want to promote this in Europe. And since then, we have jellyfishes everywhere. We have an Indy running in Marseille on a documentary project for television with 15 cameras. We have VGTV in Norway, which is from the Schibsted Media Group, one of the largest groups in Europe. And they have started buying jellyfishes and indies for their production. They have about 100 seats of Final Cut Pro 10. And so, yeah, it's working really well. And as Sam said, we're not limited to Final Cut Pro 10. We do this, but we have Resolve running with, I think, some 10 streams here. We have Premiere running with 16 streams, Final Cut Pro 10, 16 streams. So that's a large number of streams running all at the same time over this little box with a handle.
By the way, guys, We're out of time, but the last thing that I'll say is if you missed any of this, you can come see a jellyfish out there or come talk to us. We love to do live Skype demos with your own footage. And come check us out at lumaforge.com. And the bottom line is, the one last thing is we also have a whole bunch of videos of real-world case studies about how you can get more done than maybe you thought. Those were from FCPX Tour and the ShareStation Workflow Suite. Those will be coming out. If you missed us this weekend, over the next 2 months, you're going to see a ton of real-world stuff. And if you have any questions at all, come check us out at sales@lumaforge.com or email me at sam@lumaforge.com. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of the show.